Hey guys, Doug the Michigan Piper coming to you from the Pipe Rest and do a little bit different thing today. I wanted to go over the pipe room, and a lot of guys talk about having a pipe room, or man, I wish someone day could have a pipe room. And this is not necessarily going to help you get that pipe room. I wish I could do that for everybody. Like I said, when I first got mine, I fell into mine. It was just part of the house. It was a barber shop of all things, and just a one chair barbershop room in the basement, and just obviously took everything out and made it my own. So can't really help you with that, other than to say there are ways to get lumber and to get some things to build one, other than going and paying outrageous lumber prices. I know you drive down the road, you see all these barns that are dilapidated. That's a great place for some really solid barnwood guys. And go and see, there's some people that just need somebody to tear it down. You can keep the wood and keep the steel and stuff. So just a thought. There's plenty of thoughts like that out there. I'm not going to get too deep into that. But today, specifically, what I wanted to go over is how to set up your pipe room, or different ways to set up your pipe room on a budget. And it's expensive enough to build a room, let alone furnish it. So before we get there, it's going to show you what I'm smoking today for housekeeping. Got the Morgan Bones bent brandy today. In it, I am smoking Autumn Evening, Cornell and Deal Autumn Evening, which is just an absolute wonderful smoke, you guys. Matter of fact, I had some Peter Stokkebye's Nugget 24 in, and I took a couple puffs off of it because I still wasn't sure if I was going to keep it or not. And it was like, this is just so much better. So having said that, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have to set my pipe down so that I can do this. I'm going to show you around the pipe room, and excuse the hand in the picture, but I'm going to flip the camera around and show you guys around the pipe room just some different ideas of things that I've done in my room on a budget. So let's try this out. Okay, guys. So first off, for you presenters, yes, that is a selfie stand. I'm kind of embarrassed to say I have one, because every time I think of a selfie stand, I think of some 13-year-old girl trying to sing with her ukulele. However, one of the budget ideas is, it may sound a little selfish, but ask for it as a present. Father's Day, Christmas, whatever. That's what I got mine for. I'm like, I'd kind of like to have one of those, and I got one. So as far as the decoration stuff goes, obviously, if you got a really good friend like John from Average John, he's going to buy you a pipe stand, and that's free. But if you don't have a friend like John, or Pat, which we'll talk about in a minute, if you look, I put these the cherry blend from Middleton's and the Carter Hall bins on here. The cherry blend I've never even smoked, but I was at an auction and I got a box of those tins for like 15 bucks. It's like, what, that'll work. I'm gonna spend a whole lot of money, but it's kind of nice to be able to have something to set on the shelf for decoration. Let's back up here a little bit. So this cabinet actually came with the house, guys. So if you can use your imagination a little bit when you go to put your room together, put your area together, even if it's outdoors, in the side of a barn or something, it's not just going out and buying a bunch of stuff. This cabinet was in the other end of the house, and we probably wouldn't have used it otherwise. And I was like, that'd go good, especially above the fireplace. And the fireplace I actually got for 50 bucks on Facebook Marketplace. It's a gas fireplace. I could have hooked it up. I chose not to, just because this room is 11 by 7 room. And about the time that I got back to my chair from lighting that thing up, I'd be run out of here for the heat. So, but I wanted it for the ambiance, or whatever you say that. So that's what I did. I go up over here, like these antlers, guys. Now these are deer that I've shot, but you can go out shed hunting. They call it shed hunting. Have you ever heard of it before? The sheds from the deer, about a little bit earlier than this, around the March time frame, deer start shedding their antlers. And if you're taking a walk through the woods, you'd be surprised how many of those you can find. And then just different little things I've come across over time. Is this bracket. This bracket was just laying around the house. This was a brass bracket that, like I said, was just laying around, and I wanted to hang a lantern up. So what I did was I took that brass bracket, and I think I talked about it in one of my videos. I beat it up with a ball peen hammer and then spray painted it black to give it that forged look, or a cast iron look, or whatever, antique type look. I think it worked pretty well. You can actually see up under here where there's some scratches, where you see the brass is showing through. But just a thought to dress it up a little bit, and it cost me nothing. The lanterns, I've had the lanterns, but you can find those every day, all day at garage sales. As a matter of fact, this one I need to clean up, so I got a bunch of dust on. I just brought it in from the garage and hung it up there. This is the Declaration of Independence. It's a smaller size, but I picked it up at our local hardware store, believe it or not. That was $5. And I can't tell you how much the frame was, but I know it was pretty cheap. I want to say it was under $10, $5 or $10. And so, it made a really good wall hanging. We got the clock over here. I'm a clock guy, which you would never know it right now because I forgot to wind my clock and it stopped ticking. But again, that was a Facebook Marketplace pickup for like 10 or 15 bucks. Coming over here, this is just a little Amazon bottle opener, but picked up a spittoon to go underneath it, and so that obviously catches my bottle caps. I thought that was kind of a cool idea. But the spittoon, again, Facebook Marketplace, I think I spent 10 bucks on that. This table here, I just got this weekend. That table was $2 or $3 at a garage sale this weekend. Now, if you look down there at the bottom, you can see it's got a cross member that's broken, but I told my wife I'm just gonna stick it down here for now. It's pretty solid. If I feel like changing it later, I will, but it's solid enough for me for what I'm using it for. Let's see what else we got here. So this picture here was given to my wife. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can on video, but it's actually one of those 3D pictures. It doesn't look as good on video. My wife had bought that for me one year, and that wood that goes around it, that frame I made out of a barn that we tore down off our property. Just a bunch of scrap pieces of wood. You cut 45s in them and put them together, and you got a picture frame. So that's how I did that. Maybe back up over here. I got to go in and out in here, but so the lanterns up there, like I said, I just picked those up at different garage sales and whatnot. This vent here. Now that I've done a video on this, I'm not gonna get real in detail on it, but if you look, that area behind that vent is actually used to be a window sill or window well for the basement, and they'd framed it in and put a shelf up there. So all I did was I took the wood out. I knocked, there's a glass block for a window. I knocked through the glass block, put some venting tubing in there, and got an Amazon fan and built a box around it. So you can see the box just kind of goes into the other box. And now I can't tell you how much. You have to go back on my video when I was building this pipe room, or putting the pipe room together. I can't remember how much I paid for that fan. But one of the things, if you're going to get a fan, which I strongly suggest if you're indoors, if you're going to get a fan, make sure you look at the noise level. And I can't remember the name of it right now, but there's a specific measurement for the noise level, because you don't want to get a fan like this one. To me, is a little noisier than I'd like for videos. If I wasn't doing videos, it'd be fine. But since I'm doing videos, you can always hear it in the background when I'm smoking down here. But then I went to Lowe's and got a vent cover for it. One of the ways you can silence that is if you can go outside, figure out how to encase your fan outside, and then just run the tubing itself, the venting in. That'll help bring that noise level down. Down here, one of my first pipe room wall hangings I got from Pat Paladin Piper. And I'm in love with this thing, guys. I have been since the day I opened it up. Thank you, Pat. Now he did this on pixels.com. If you've been following me or him for a while, you saw us both do a presentation on this. It's also where I got my mug. That'll be a little bit saltier in price, but if you get to the point where you can you're not on a real shoestring budget, the sky's the limit with those things, guys. They're really cool, and that's like an aluminum. So they just actually emboss that right onto aluminum. Just looks sharp. Looks like the vintage sign that it is. So down here, I've got my stand. That was free. That was my grandfather built that, and it's been kind of tossed back and forth in the family. And so I said, heck with it, put it in my pipe room, and it works perfect for in here. Again, small antler shed. Actually, it's not a shed. That one's from my one of the deer I shot a while back, and just a good decoration piece, right? It was free. Another thing you do for free, you can find these old bottles everywhere. I put my wine corks in them. You know, just makes kind of a little something nice to go in the corner. While we're down here, this carpet, I think I said something in the video before about this carpet. This carpet actually came out of the fire station. This is 20-year-old carpet, but it's fine. It's almost as fine as the day that it was put in the fire station. They were ripping it out and getting rid of it. So I'm like, hey, what are you going to do with that? And they're like, we're just taking it to landfill. I'm like, cool, I'll take it. Got that for free. This chair, when I first moved in here, you guys may have seen the video, but that chair, again, Facebook Marketplace, $5. I was looking for a high back, wing back chair, what do they call them? Victorian type chair. And that was for $5. I went there at some kind of warehouse place. And I'm like, are you sure it's only $5? And they're like, yep, we just want to get rid of it because we got more stock coming in. So, yeah, $5. And then, you know, the desk I got from my wife. And I'm not going to go through everything in the desk or anything, but, you know, that was another Christmas present. A couple more lanterns up there, then a wall hanging for the rest of the room. So, yeah, guys, that's it. Just wanted to kind of show you around. You know, if you're looking to, even if you're not building a pipe room and you're just doing an area, you know, maybe you got an area in the garage or in the barn or something, trying to decorate it or whatever. These are just some ideas I wanted to throw out there. I mean, obviously there's thousands of ideas. Just these are the ones that I use. So, guys, I hope you're all doing well. Till next time, you take care.